So I'm going to hit record. Our team call tonight is going to be the 411 on how to use Streak, and Erica Akinboye is hosting for us. And I'm super excited because the whole goal of this call is to make you maximize your time, be more organized and more efficient, and have all of your contacts in just one area, so you're not looking through notebooks and Google spreadsheets and Evernote and all the different things that are out there. Now, with that being said, if you don't have contacts, then this isn't going to do any good. And so you have to, of course, stick with your vital behaviors, but just use this as the way to track. If you haven't yet, post a good news minute or a shout out in the comments below so that everybody can see what you're excited about, and it can be about yourself or somebody on your team. Just a couple of things to keep in mind as we're getting into the end of August. It's the end of the Team Cup, and I know you guys hear this from the National Wake Up Call, but it's an important time to ask yourself, like, how am I really doing with my business? Like, how am I putting forth the effort? And if you're doing the vital behaviors consistently at least 5 days a week and you're not getting results, then you need to change your personal development. You need to grow as a person. If you are not doing this consistently, then maybe you should challenge yourself to just be consistent for, like, then with the big picture in mind, like, commit you're going to be here a year from now, be consistent and see what happens. Because I can promise you, you don't want to sabotage yourself. It's so hard to do the stop and go approach to any business. And this just popped in my head. I'm just going to say it. I see so many people that jump from business to business, like they do home-based makeup and then candles and bags and leggings and it's all over the place. And they hop and they hop and they hop and they hop and they wonder why nothing sticks. Maybe if I go all into this next one for a month or two, that one will stick. I'm going to tell you, no, it's not going to work. You have to do this long term with the right behaviors married with the confidence in yourself, right? And the thing that's so cool about what we do as coaches, just think about this for a second. Our overhead is so low. Our cost to be a coach is so low. You can't beat it. No one can beat it. We don't deal with shipping, returns. We don't go to the post office to mail products. We don't have to stock it in our house and hope it sells and shoot, that was last season, so now you're just stuck with it. And so there's nothing wrong with other businesses out there. I'm not saying that. I'm trying to paint a picture of just be freaking grateful for what you have and get to work, right? Instead of trying to say, well, maybe something's wrong with this company. No, that's not true. You just need consistency, longevity, and freaking belief in yourself and what we're trying to do here. And fitness and health will never go out of style. It's not going to go anywhere. Beachbody's done us a huge favor because they're making us more and more relevant in the marketplace all the time. All the new products they come out with are so perfect for the changing viewpoints as we're going into to different seasons. We had the country heat release because it was just about fun, and then we have all these things right at our fingertips with the apps and the streamed workouts, and now the Fixate channel. Have you guys watched Autumn on the Fixate channel? Anybody? Be honest. Anyone seen any of those yet? Bella and I watched the Peaches and Mascarpone one. It was really cool to see her because I used to be obsessed with watching the Food Network. And that's what I did when I nursed my baby. Anyway, it's so cool because now we really are delivering to our people what they need. They're asking for us. Please help me with recipes. Please make it cost efficient. Please make this super easy. Help me to be able to do this anywhere. Eliminate concerns like my DVD broke, or whatever. Boom, we have that. So now where you come into play is how can they have the very, very important person, or the very important part, which is the person believing in them and helping them on their days that suck and when life's hard, because there's a lot of those days. But we get to be the person that freaking cares, right? Okay, so with that being said, I am going to, let me think, is there anything else I was going to say? No, oh yes, there's two more things. If you haven't paid attention in our Sornation page, then the Dash to Diamond, the Dollar Diamond, you guys know, the thing that we're doing for 10 weeks where you're going to push to Diamond, there is still time to get in there. You have until Thursday to PayPal me the money, okay? this is not a like something where we're going to babysit you and tag you to check in. We won't do that. It's your business. It's going to be your responsibility, and you're going to be recruiting your dream team. So I want you to really be specific about who you want to bring into this opportunity and why you want to help them to be successful. So there's still time to get that. Next month, at the end of September, a lot of us are going to the Platinum Edge Conference. If you haven't heard about that, you all are welcome to come. It's $230 if you want to come attend. It's 3 days, and it's in Dallas, Texas, and a bunch of us are going. So we'd love to have you come with us. If you're interested, talk to your upline, and we'll get you connected with all of that awesome information. We're just trying to set you guys up for success, you know? But in the end of the day, your upline will not make you successful. You will. Right? Okay, so Erica Kingboye, I kind of adopted her. She is under Terrible-Tma and has been in the business a few years now, and I've just grown to love her because of her passion and heart and her work ethic. One of her awesome strengths is consistency and organization, if that can be blended into one. And so this is a perfect team call for her to host. She's also our Diamond of the Week, so pay attention because she'll be posting tips as we go along here. Excuse me. So Erica, I'm turning it over to you.
All right. I am so excited to be on the call. Obviously, you guys are all awesome. But as I shared in my introduction video yesterday, August is really special to me because it's when I became a coach. Or actually, when I joined my first challenge group, I should say that. I didn't start as a coach. I started as a challenger. And this, Hop is bringing up all these, before pictures and my first sweaty selfies and all those things. And it's just really exciting to see how far I've come as a person, as, in my own fitness and also as a coach in these last 3 years. And I am super excited to have several of my coaches on the call tonight. And I'm going to ask 2 of them to share just like 2 or 3 minutes really quick, a little bit about themselves. I will start with, let's see, Heidi. No, not Heidi. Sorry. Leah. So Leah it's funny. Okay. So a quick story about her. My husband and her met in Hong Kong. Like they went on a school business trip there. And Tammy came home talking about Leah. She's so awesome. So I totally found her on his Facebook friends list. We became friends. She joined a group and was like, bam, right in. She's like my person. And this July, we randomly ran into each other in Washington, D.C. Neither of us lived there, at this giant outdoor event. And that's when I met her for the first time after she's been a coach. So she has her heart. She's going to share how and why she became a coach, because literally, we had this mutual connection, but why did she choose me and what is really driving her to be a coach? So Leah, do you want to unmute? And I'll mute for a second too.
Thanks, Erica. I'm super excited to talk to you guys. A little bit nervous because there's a lot of your faces time, and I see your guys' posts and how awesome you're doing it. I strive to be like you, so I'm very excited to be able to speak to you a little bit. I actually, like Erica said, I had never met her in person. I had met her husband. Gosh, it's been 3 years now. I can't believe that. It's been over 3 years. And Erica friend requested me on Facebook. Imagine that, a vital behavior, right? Friend requested me, and we became friends on that, kind of stalking her page and her page and all of that. And she had a post that she was sending out Shakeology samples. And I said, one. And she sent me one. And before I even got my goal, I signed up to be in her challenge group in February. And by the end of that challenge group, having so much success, actually it had lost just a little over 4 pounds, but over 16 inches. And I said, absolutely, I'm going to do this. I would join Shakeology for the discount. If I'm going to buy, I was committed to using the program and to buying and using Shakeology, but I figured I might as well save some money. So I decided to do that. But as I started really working the program and listening to personal development and doing some of the vital behaviors that I didn't really realize that you should be doing to be successful in this business, other people were coming up to me and were noticing changes, and I was feeling so much better about myself. And it really dawned on me. I only have my son graduated in May. So we were dealing with, he was coming up to graduation. My youngest two are junior and freshman this year. And I only have, 3 or 4 years until they're done with high school. My husband will be retiring from the military in 3 years. And, I don't want to have to go get a job when he's done. I want him to be able to actually just be completely retired when he's done. That he doesn't have to get a second job if he doesn't want to. That he can just stay home, that we can have an income where we can enjoy life. And I want to be able to, enjoy my kids when they're out of the house, enjoy their future spouses and my future grandchildren. I don't want to have to be, sitting at home or being the grandma that has to sit on the couch while you can watch them play on the living room floor. I want to actually be outside doing things with them. And so Beachbody has really given me that life that I can, look forward to these positive things, the positive changes myself, and being able to share that with other people. So it was really awesome. So that's it.
Yeah. Yay. So I'm always saying, I need more of you, Leah. Like, how did I get you again? So I guess I just need to, keep looking, because it's so rewarding to see Leah's face and Sarah's face every morning on the Live Power Hour. Like, they are so consistent, and their joy, even when we're just on mute doing our work, it's so great to see somebody else that has fire. And that's what this is all about. When you're building a team, and when we're streak, it's not just like set up a system or check off a box. Like, it's to people like Leah and Sarah and the other people on my team that this is making a difference in them. So it's exciting. So last minute, Sarah, would you share about being a success starter and what that meant for you and Summit?
Okay. Yeah. I guess Erica had said earlier to try to focus on maybe the top 3 things. Am I cutting out really bad? No? Okay. I am on my side. Anyway, maybe the top 3. There's definitely more than the top 3 things that I think me to achieve success starter and success every month. I guess I'd have to say when I started, I did start as a challenger. I signed up as a coach and had kind of thought I would do maybe just the first group and see how it went. But it only took a week or 2 for me to realize it was just something I really wanted to do. The group I was in was really active, and it was literally life-changing. It seems really cheesy to say, but like, I was at a point in my life where I really needed it. And I guess, I mean, if I could say anything, it would be like I said, from pretty much day one, I went all in. And I decided to be all in and stay all in. And I like when Erica and Emma will talk about, consistency. I think it's very true. If you show up every single day, you're going to start to see results. I lost my train of thought. But just showing up every day, like I said. So anyway, as far as the top 3 things, I would say definitely doing my BAT and a power hour has been huge for hitting Success Club. And Success Starter. I read The Compound Effect right away, and that was really, really big for establishing and cementing really good habits. So I think that was huge too. I did all of that beginner stuff like right away. I did the new coach list, the quick check start guide. I went through the coach trainings, that coach action plan. One extra thing that isn't necessarily in our training office, but from Shalene Johnson that I thought was huge was that push planner. If anybody's interested in something like that, that was a big thing for setting goals and actually writing stuff down to see on paper what I wanted to accomplish. And then definitely huge for getting challengers and again, hitting Success Club would be like free groups and my Fit Club. That was something that sparked an interest right away, and I wanted to do it, and so I just did. It took me a couple months, but I did do one right away, and I've gotten quite a few challengers from there. And then the free groups that we do every month, I seem to usually pick up a few from there. So it seems like having those every month and then having the Fit Club weekly, it's and I guess now I'm starting to see, now that I've done it for a few months, finding a system, finding something that works for you, because everybody's different and everybody's schedules are different. So like people have said, try not to pay so much attention to what works for somebody else, because it's probably not going to work for you. If you find something that works, go with it. And yeah, pretty much, like I said, just doing it. Doing a like page made me really nervous, but that has also been huge for new people, like people that have liked it that I don't even know. So to have people to send those random "hey girl" messages to, that's been, and I didn't want to do it, and I'm nervous, like I don't even have 100 likes yet, but it's like whatever. I'm still getting the practice. I'm putting myself out there and people are seeing me. So just, yeah, I guess like pretty much just showing up every day. I figure, like I was just telling Erica today, even those times when I feel like I'm kind of at a standstill, I figure, I mean, I'm doing what I need to do. I'm showing up every single day. I'm putting my hours in. I'm here. I'm working hard, and that's what I can do. I guess I figure, like I said, and I've made a couple investments. I do think that's big. Like the trainings that I'm going to do next week, my husband always says it takes money to make money. And I do believe that. Emma's very, very right when it comes, like I do think of how cheap it is to run this business, which is a huge blessing, but you have to invest something, your time, because we're not getting paid to be here or do any of this, but you've got to put your time in. Time is money, and that's all we've really got anyway. So.
Ooh, thank you, Sarah. And I had to add, like, she's my grandchild too. So that's another thing. Like, they're all like, I can't remember. I always butcher quotes, but like, we're only a couple people away from everyone in the world. You know, there's all those mutual connections. And so, you know, I wouldn't have met Sarah had it not been for Heidi, who I met through one of my first coaches. And, you know, it's just that consistently planting, like they said on National Wake Up Call, instead of being a hunter and looking for your points, like be the seed planters. That's what Streak is about. And that's what keeps all your seeds in a row. Because sometimes you get, if you're not tracking, you're like, I don't have anyone to talk to. Who have I been talking to? What have I been doing? Thank you. 7 degrees. When you have these names in front of you in a list, you're constantly, oh, okay, you have more ideas, and it keeps the momentum going. So why do you want to do Streak? Why do you want to set up a system that is going to take time on the front end? I have a couple reasons. For one thing, you are the CEO of your own company, so it's a professional thing to do. Having a system is what any business would do, and so finding the system that works for you is key. Maybe it's Streak, maybe it's something else, TMZ, Asana, whatever it is. Be consistent in it. The fortune is in the follow-up. That's the second thing. So if you aren't tracking your people, your invites, your new friends, your messaging, then you don't have that consistent follow-up. One of my morning mantras is I follow up and follow through because I genuinely care. I say that every single morning. I follow up and follow through because I genuinely care. Those are people on the list. Those are people I have taken the time to reach out to, and I'm not going to leave them hanging. The third thing, one of the biggest things, mom brain. At some point, you are going to forget your people, and maybe you're going to forget who you talked to yesterday, because that's how mom brain works. So don't let you don't want to overload your mind when this gives you a lot of relief. Yes, I know, Carrie. What is wonderful about Streak, it's through Gmail. So it's moving your business away from Facebook and onto email. What if Facebook were to see you and say, she just messaged 45 people right now. She's using her personal page for business. I'm going to shut her down. What would you have to show for your business? What if you did not have your messenger to scroll through people? How would you get a hold of them? How many emails do you have? How many phone numbers do you have? How many addresses do you have? You need to have, you need to have your business away from Facebook, because it seems like Facebook will never go away, and maybe it won't. But what if? So moving away from email, another advantage is that people who work don't always have access to Facebook, but they have access to their email. So I have moved through messaging just like I would through email or through Facebook, but on email in a fast process, instead of waiting till 8 p.m. when they've got home from work, made dinner, put the kids to bed, and then they've totally forgotten about you, or they're fried and they're just like, you know what, this is a bad time, I'm tired. So email, there are a lot of advantages of making that list. If you listen to Shalene's podcast too, like Emma mentioned, you don't own anything on Facebook, but you have your email. That is your content. And so so having them in one place is a great way to start right now. So instead of a PowerPoint, I thought that it would be easiest or best, I'm visual, to share my screen and walk through it. I don't know if you can minimize, the shared screen so that you can split your screen and do it alongside me. It's how I learn best, is like doing it along the way. So
I'm gonna pop in really quick. I have to say this. Chelsea and I have an assistant that handles a lot of the back office stuff for us, and she is fluent in Streak and has volunteered to set it up for anyone that wants it set up. She'll import. There's kind of a way to import context from Team Beachbody, and she's willing to do that for anyone that wants her to get them started on it. But then you will go forward and maintain it. So she's offered that as a service. We told her this is the call we're doing this week. So I don't know if I just interrupted your call or not. She told me that today.
that is wonderful, because that's an amazing offer. I think knowing how it is great, and then you can maintain it. But like when I decided to just in and go for it, I was like a week of setting up my pipelines, trying to import people, all this stuff. So that's a great offer. So
I'm not going to do the pipelines. She'll just bring your contacts over from Beachbody is what she'll do.
Oh, okay.
So you will decide
that
what category they all fall under. So then you still get to customize. Yeah.
Okay. Well, and having one pipeline for leads helps. At least it gives them one place to go, and then you can feed them into other pipelines. If that does not make sense, I will show you right now. So let me share screen. I think I have it already. Okay. Do I need to move this? Can you see that okay? You see my new Google. Okay. So first, if you're not following along with me, then take notes. But first, huge suggestion that I did not catch right away. So I'm going to save you a lot of time. Set up a separate Gmail account for your contacts. So something separate from your personal account, that you can keep all of your correspondence all in one place. You can have your pipelines, what's coming in and out, and then your personal different. I created this one. It's Coach Erica Akingboye, which I will not actually be using because who will ever remember to spell that? So try to pick out something that's meaningful to you, but then also says like, oh, okay. So like I could say Coach Leah Wells. Like that's a pretty straightforward. So once you've set up your email, you're going to just Google Streak for Gmail, and then go down to Streak for Gmail. You have to be in Chrome. So that's another thing. Be in the Chrome browser in order for Streak to work. This will pop up. I've already added it to Chrome, but that's what you would have clicked there. It's going to show up in your email. And right over here on the left, you will see the pipelines. Can you see that okay? Okay, so I already have coach prospects. I literally just created it, but you would just push new. It does not matter which one of these you use because you're going to rename everything and set it up yourself. So create pipeline. Here it is over here. Okay, so this is, if you think of when you get a person, what flow of things are you going to move them through? Like, how does your conversation go? How does inviting go? So without reinventing the wheel, I have, do I need to move our pictures in order for you to see? Okay, maybe that. I have Brooke Labeouf's Google Doc because she has it all laid out. If I were to recreate it, it would look just like this. So just start somewhere, and the main thing is consistency. So we're going to, I was going to start with Challenger Prospect, but I think since many of us are in not only the art of recruiting with Josh Coates, but also this diamond, dollars for diamond or whatever, we'll do the coach prospect pipeline, because I really do like that. If you're going to be brainstorming your dream team and people who have been past challengers or whatnot, and really make the most of this month with those two groups going along, this will be a great place to start. So let me, gosh, I have all these. Okay. Can you guys see that all right? Just maybe Leah or Sarah, nod your head because you're who I can see on my windows. Okay, so here we go. So we're going to rename Coach Prospects. And the first category is Dream List. We put rename stage, Dream List. Next one is loyal Shakeology customers, Shako. So loyal Shako. And list. Okay. And I promise I'm not going to go through every single one, but I want you to get Rockstar Challengers. One thing that's great about Brooke's thing is that she explains, like, what does this mean? So obviously Rockstar Challengers, but the next one, in need, maybe you have talked to someone who really financially needs this extra, or for the long term of their health, they need this. So you're going to have them in mind. Maybe you see a post. Okay, they're already interested. Blah, blah. Okay, and as most of you know, I was a teacher, so like the colors of this is just so exciting to me. I'm not going to take the time right now. You can edit them as you want. It's really easy. You just go here. You can use one that they already have or get all fancy with custom, which I totally did on my other one. And it was fun. Okay, sent webinar. This is the last one I'm going to write because you probably get the picture. Okay, so as you see from Brooke's, these are kind of all in their own separate category. It's not really a pipeline, but maybe you're in conversation and then you send them a webinar or add them to a 3-day sneak peek, or you had a conversation with them and then they're ready. So you did that. So you have a call with them. You send the link. So this part you just are flowing through. They can stay in a stage however long you need or want. I don't know, is the chat important? Let me see. Can you share that doc? Yes, I will share the document. Now I can't close this. How do I get the chat out of there? Okay. And it is so weird to be talking to myself over here. Just shake your head yes or no if this is not, if it's making sense or not. Okay. So here's the columns. Now, this is the really exciting part and the really maybe the most tedious part, because each of these columns will hold a different piece of information, and it needs to be consistent between pipelines. So for example, let me first, okay, we have the name, the stage. You really don't need to know what stage because you see it there. Deal size, whatever that is, you delete that. Okay. Assigned to, you are the only person. Date of last email, I'm just going to remove it. Okay, and notes, I'm going to hide it. Okay, because it's still in there, the notes, but we don't need to see it right up front. Okay, so the first one you see on her thing is goals, and it is a free form. So I'm just going to write in goals. Boom. Next one, goals with coaching, also free form. Coaching. Invited is a date. So what date? This one doesn't have days in stage, but for like inviting, you want to know how many days ago since you last talked to them. You know, did you send them a link and then like 6 days have gone by? You need to follow up. Okay, follow up date. So you need to have the exact wording on each of these things in order for the information to follow with them to the next. So you had this coach prospect. Well, next they're going to be joining your team. So you're going to move them to your team pipeline. And if you said goals for coaching, like that little of a thing, but goals for coaching, instead that all the information that you put in their goals is not going to follow with them. Does that make sense? So, so let me see. I'll pick out one. Okay, source, because this one is just a little different. So source, it is, oops, what did I do? It's a tag. Okay, so when you add a person, like a source, maybe you have your like page, your Instagram, Facebook. How did you find this person? Or maybe like out and about, like real life, whatever you want to say. You can tag them so that you know where they came from. Because sometimes I'm like in Facebook, like, how in the world do I even know this person? Maybe I don't even know this person. And then I message them and they're like, we just saw you at this birthday party yesterday. And I'm like, oh man. So it's good to have these tags. Okay. So if you guys are just watching, are you mostly watching? I don't know how to even know. Okay, Chelsea is saying yes. Okay, see your face. Okay, so let me switch over to my Gmail right now so you can see how I actually use it. Oh, yeah, I will. Okay. So I will sign out. We have a few Gmail accounts because they're so easy to sign up for. All right, so this is actually my personal account. And I gotta tell you guys, I was a little nervous about doing this because I'm like, oh my gosh, you're gonna judge me for, blah, blah, blah. And that's kind of ridiculous. I hope that you guys are not like that. Oh man, where is this? Where's my pipeline? But it goes to show you, like, you don't have to be an expert in anything. You just have to be, 2 steps ahead of somebody to be able to teach them. So I have my pipelines. This is one of my favorite ways to use my streak is for my challenge groups. And it's not perfect because I literally went through my calendar from last year all the way till now and just put in what challenge groups I've run, and then I will go back and add the people in it, because my big goal right now is to have retention, and I want the challengers who started in April with the Made to Crave. It was an amazing group. I want to give them an opportunity when I had a July group to either join again, or obviously in between, but join again and then also have referrals. So my goal is to keep people moving up this line and keep me remembering, like, who joined my group last summer, and whatnot. So here is my orders. Like she just ordered tonight. Okay, so here, actually I'm going to add a new person. Okay, so new box. Let's see, Andrea Amy ordered last night. I need to message her, but she said she wanted to lose 12 pounds back to pre-baby. Okay, she is, I don't have any tags yet, so she's from Facebook. So I'm going to create my Facebook tag. I could also do Instagram. It would have to be IG every time unless you want to spell it out. Okay, she's not from Instagram, but I'm just showing you, like, you can add your sources on the fly as long as it's consistent. So here, she ordered programs, Country Heat. Maybe you want to put CH. Maybe you want Country Heat. Whatever you do, you have to be consistent. So otherwise, when you move her, hopefully she becomes a coach. When I move her over into coaching, if I don't put Country Heat and the other one has CH, then it won't transfer over. So be a little bit tedious there. Okay, so there's a place for their Facebook page so that you do not even have to go into Facebook or try to find, like, the spelling of her name, because it is really strange. It will just be linked right there. Okay, so once she's ordered, and I want to, I've added her to my August Busy Girl Bootcamp, I can change her stage right here. So we just keep moving her up, and it will show on the side where she's been. So I know which group she's always been in and whatnot. Okay, so back to challenge groups. Another thing is that I had a huge group for this Made to Crave that just ended this week, and it was another good group, but a lot quieter because of summer. So I could click on the whole group, and you can mail merge. Here is where efficiency comes in. So I send a mass email, and I don't have all their emails in here right now. So no emails are going to come up over here. That's all right. But this other little thing is snippets. So maybe I want to say, congratulations. It was on completing the group. It was so amazing to have you. What are your next steps? I can have that as a snippet, send it to all of them, or just, type it out here. They don't know that I just mass emailed this whole group. They just get an email that it looks like from me to them, and it's more personalized. And then they just respond back what their next step is. That saved me time instead of messaging each one, because you cannot group message in that same sense on Facebook. So here is a huge time saver. Maybe you want to message every single person who has been in a challenge group before and send them an email about Health Bet. You just click all of the boxes and do that mail merge, and you can simultaneously talk to everybody without going through a notebook or scrounging around, whatnot. Okay. I do have notes, like I'm trying to go in an order, but I still feel like it's probably all over and you might have questions, and that's fine. So I'll just keep moving through. This is my one way that I really like using Streak. The other way is for my team. So Iron Tribe. These two ladies just joined, and I just added their email to the box. Okay, so I move through this first part usually pretty fast. I send their welcome email, welcome them to the team pages. This coach here, I've done those things, but I have not yet had her getting started right call. So I know I need to go in and make sure to schedule with Christina. These coaches are in my new coach launch. So you see how this pipeline really flows through what they need to do, from signing in to, all the steps, so that you don't forget. You're like, oh my gosh, it's been 2 months and I did not even send them a welcome email. So this keeps it in the front of your mind. Boss Babe Basics, I run the first Monday of every month. And this is where I have used those snippets the most. I run my group just through email and then a group chat box in Facebook. And then we have a more involved Emerald to Diamond group that's on Facebook that we check in. But I find that the Boss Babe Basics, they can kind of do at their own pace. They're getting the daily emails. So I do this mail merge. Just have 3 right now, which is also fine because, maybe I just have one coach that needs to do Coach Basics. It's not like having a whole Facebook page and them knowing like, oh my gosh, I'm the only one in here. So this gives more one-on-one support. So I go into the snippets. I have today is day 24. See, it hyperlinks their name in there. And yes, it takes time to import the snippets, but then literally you are not copying and pasting. You're not writing new things. So think about any script that you use. It is there for you, and just, saving you time. That's what this whole thing is about, saving you time and still being personalized. Okay, so, here, okay, the other thing. I'll do a week at a time usually, but I can schedule. So I'll schedule the whole week of Boss Babe emails. Okay. Yeah, it's maybe just schedule them so that all week I'm not thinking about it. I just know that they're going to respond back and I can reply to them. Okay. All the way through. Okay, so I do keep my the coaches who have quit in here, and because I still want to nurture that relationship. I don't want them to have maybe it's because they signed up as a discount coach and they're done for now or want to return back or whatnot. I just don't want it to be like, all right, see ya. So I keep those people together because then I can still mass email them, when appropriate. The last thing, let's see. Okay, this is my, for your coach prospects, in my dream list, I ideally want at least 10 or 20 that I have my eye on, that I have been investing conversations in, that I think are really amazing, or that I want to work with. And so I try to keep this full. Now, if they've moved through, then I need to obviously beef this part up. But I already kind of talked about the coach prospects. The challenger prospects I have not mastered yet because partly I just decided that I need to do it gradually instead of feeling the pressure of uploading everyone who I've ever talked to. So, but you can see how it moves through. If you guys follow Emma's or the 5-step invitation process, then you know the first is, I can't even read that. Okay, contacted, more questions, so it's going over their goals, the videos that you've given them, you've talked about Shakeology and the nutrition, giving them options. You can sign up as a coach or a challenger and then send the link. So the red ones are ones that I need to keep an eye on. If I've sent a link, I don't want them sitting in there for a couple of days and I need to follow up with them. Okay, so if say they why are these so small? Okay, that. Okay, give them the last chance. I know for like the launch and everything, you're going to give them last chance, follow up. Maybe they say it's not a good time right now, so you add them to the invite to free group. And I have this as an extra because it's something I do a lot, is email this specific snippet. Let's see. I guess the only thing I would put, okay, is to add a person. So new box, I kind of showed you. I don't know if I've covered everything on the list. So I just want to make sure that, I don't know, Cheryl, she's my neighbor. I don't even know her last name. But that you just, I don't know, you can, I covered how you move them from a pipeline. Okay, maybe that's it. She was a challenger and is signing up as a discount coach. So I would just move her to my Iron Tribe coaches. The only thing that is not going over is invite date, followed up, and invited to coach, because obviously she's becoming a coach. So I am going to, let's see, where do you normally email? Okay. Do you keep the recording? Okay, yes, the recording. Okay, I'm going to stop share and answer questions. How do I? There we go. Okay, just one last thing. So when you jump into a system, my analogy is like when I decided after my 60-day challenge group doing T25 and I lost the 15 inches and dropped the 2 dress sizes, and I was tired of hiding and just being like in the background and kind of doing it and kind of just trying to get through life as a mom without it. So the same as being a coach, like maybe you've just been writing all your names down here and there, but you've decided, you know what, I need to do something to stand out and really take my business to the next level. For me, like when I finished my challenge group, I walked into MAC and I said, give me your best-selling red lipstick. I want it right now. I had never wore lipstick ever. One of the reasons why I wore it today. And she's like, do you want to try it on? I was like, you can put it on me, but I'm not even going to, like, I know I'm going to hate it. I know I'm going to be like, oh my gosh, who is that trying to impersonate someone who can wear red lipstick? So she put it on me. I took it home, and I started wearing it at home. Then I started wearing it to the grocery store, and just consistently it became part of who I am. That's how this is. Like, you just have to go in, make a bold move, and say, you know what, I'm going to take control of my business. I'm going to be my CEO. I'm going to give this a try. Maybe it won't work out, but you will not know if you do not try. And not just try. I know try is not a good word, but like be consistent with it for, say, a month. 2 months, 3 months. And try it on, like work with it. See how does your brain work. Maybe using it for the invite process is just what you need. Do that. Maybe it is just to keep track of your coaches and your team. Do that. Just start one thing at a time. Don't overwhelm yourself, but go all in. And so that's, where I am, and that's my vulnerable spot of saying, like, I'm training on Streak, but I am in no way a pro. I love what it's done for me for efficiency, for my team, and for letting me have my dream team coaches in the front of my mind so I can keep building them. Maybe I will add another pipeline, like the leads pipeline soon, and be consistent with that next. That's actually my goal. But I just want to encourage you that there's a lot of information. Just be consistent and see how your brain works, but don't write it off before you try it. If you have something that works for you, then that's awesome. But if you're saying, you know what, I invited this lady like 2 months ago and I just realized that I didn't follow up with her, or I haven't talked to her since, or whatever, then maybe it's a sign that you need a system, because it gives you freedom. It is not like, structure with kids. It's not that they are restricted. It's that they know their boundaries and their freedom. That's what systems are for me, and that they can do for you. So with that, I can answer any questions, and will also recommend Brooke. I'm writing her Labeouf. I think that's how you spell her name. Brooke Labeouf. She's a coach that has a lot of YouTube videos on Streak and a lot of organizational YouTube videos that are really helpful. She's like very technologically inclined. So I love that she's consistent. Just pick one person, follow their system, do it. Streak for Beachbody, yes, she comes up right away. And just make sure all your pipelines have that same consistency throughout them. Did I ramble too much, or did it make sense? Okay, and I don't even know where Emma went. She's like a little square there. Okay. Oh, there she is. Okay.
I'm here. I have terrible internet in this house, so if I stop my video, it helps other video. I don't know why. Anyway, I thought it was super helpful, and I like the different ideas of categories and all that. And so it's going to help everybody on the team to have retention, because an important statistic is that it takes 5 times more work to get a new customer than it does to keep one that you have. So if anything, you could also use Streak as a way to just send out a newsletter each week and say, here's your email tip of the week, just thinking of you, go get them, whatever it is. And so thank you so much for being so thorough and sharing your stuff. Does anybody have any questions for Erica?
I do, Erica. So when you were showing what she has, did you just put all of that in, or did you have a way to import those?
I wish
like
they would.
categories.
Yeah, the pipelines and the columns do not import, nor do they duplicate. So because I looked, like, if I set up one pipeline and I take the time to put all of those columns, can I just say copy column, and then change it to coach prospects? But you have to set up each one individually, which is why I set mine up exactly how she had it listed out, because then I knew here's a list, the columns on coach prospects and the columns on challenger prospects, it's all the same. So I just went with that, and then now I can tweak it now that I know how it works. But yeah, it's not importable or copied, unfortunately.
When you were saying that it has to be the same columns, is it just within that pipeline? Like, so if you had a challenger and then you switch them over to your coaches, do you have to have all the same tabs at the top for that information to transfer?
Not the, let me see.
Does that make sense? I'm still trying to understand it.
So I'm just, so you can see. It's good. Okay, so these top things aren't the same, but the name, stage, goal, goals with coaching.
Oh, okay.
Those have to be all the same, because like their Facebook page, if you put FB page, then when you change it okay, so Facebook page here, and then in the other pipeline, it's FB page, that is going to get lost in translation. So it's
just those white ones, not the top tabs.
Exactly.
Right. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Can I just interrupt for a second? This is Jen. I didn't make my columns the same for my pipelines. So you did a great thing having all of your columns be the same. But what I have found is I put a lot of the information in the notes section. So I do keep the notes section. So like their Facebook page, their email, those are all in the notes section, and that does transfer over. So if you're getting super confused about making your columns all match through your pipelines, that can come later on just to get set up. Just keep the notes section. And I also do keep that last date emailed, because that's really easy to like search and filter, like, okay, who hasn't been emailed in more than 7 days or whatever. So Erica, you did a great job matching all your columns. I did not. It still works. The good thing about Streak is when you do transfer them over from pipelines, it'll tell you what is not transferring over. So it'll give you the opportunity to add that information into the new pipeline.
That's true. That's very good. Good point.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
How did you import like all your snippets? Did you do it like, do you have them on a Google Doc and then just copy and paste, or that's my next step. So I'm just curious as to how you did that.
For the coach basics, I took the posts that, there's a lot of different documents.
You had links in there. That's like it did it copy paste the links too. I noticed that you like click here to get this in some of your stuff.
Yep, it does all of that. So I just copied and pasted, like I said, it's work on the front end to my first coach basics. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm like copy and pasting. But then every month after that, it's like click, click, click. So that is, those are the ones I've mostly used. Now other snippets, like the invitation process, you just take the invitation message that you would normally do on Facebook and just put it in there. So as you're doing it, if you're doing it with one person, just save it at that time too. But basically any script you have, use that. If you see somebody else using scripts that you like, or that reminds me. Okay, so on the it does have to do with understanding. So on my challenge groups, at the end of each week or the beginning of each week, I can schedule a follow-up email. I used to message each person like, hey, congrats for finishing your first week. How did it go? Do you need any new Shakeology recipes, or what's your favorite one? So you just schedule it to email them each week, and you have that. But whatever you create in a snippet, it's there. Did that answer your question?
It did. Like I've just been using it more for tracking right now, like moving them through pipelines and getting them in stages. But I haven't done much with the email, and that's, you know, something that I want to move to is actually start collecting those emails better, because I'm really bad at it. But you're right, you know, this is something that you do need to do, and I think it's really important. But it's just transitioning to the email collection process and moving that over to emails now. So I think that's
why I started with everything Beachbody, because all of our leads, all of our, you know, past customers, current customers, we have all their emails. So that's where I started with Streak. And
Yeah.
I love it for my lead process now, because every time a lead pops up on my Beachbody, it literally takes me like less than 20 seconds to reach out to them, let them know I'm here. I mean, I just email them a snippet and we start an ongoing conversation. It's amazing. Even if you just start with your Beachbody stuff, and then go from there, it's amazing. Start with what you know and start with what you have.
Thank you.
And that document by Brooke that I'll add to the group, that she has on the top how to import the leads. I know Emma said that the assistant will do all that for you too. I had my husband do it because he knows how to do it. So however you get them in, there is, if you want to do it yourself, there is a little tutorial, I guess, that we followed. Any other questions?
You did great.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, I'm going to hang on to talk to the new coaches or anybody that wants to ask questions. And so thank you all for being on the call tonight. The recording will go up